Hello and welcome back. Today I have another transceiver from Yaesu. It's mobile and it is the FT-100 and it is kind of a check in the box. It has HF, it has 6 meters, it has 2 meters, it has 70 centimeters and it has a lot of power inside. On HF it has 100 watts, on 6 meters also. I think it has 50 watts on 2 meters and around 20 watts on 70 centimeters. So it's a lot of power in this little box. If you start to look on the internet, you will find out that there are actually 2 or even 3 models of this one. First you have the FT-100 from 1966. And apparently they just thought, okay, it's also HF, let's reuse that number. And then you have the FT-100 and the FT-100D. And the D came 2 years after this one and had some improvements, or some options were in there by default. Here it is from the front, and it has a very nice big display. Yeah, it is the ABCD buttons, just like we have on the 857, 897. Selector buttons, your squelch or RF gain, volume, mode switch, band up and down, function button, DSP is in there. And the DSP is always a nice option in these Yaesu radios. Power buttons, VFO memory, the step, home button and the locking of the keyboard. And a big dial, and it runs fine. If we have a closer look, we can see indeed that it has a few years. And well, let's also clean it. We can see that it indeed it has a few years. Let's just keep it to that. And well, here we see fans in the back that cools the whole board because it's quite compact for so much power. And the feet are still there as well. And if we look at the connections, here we have the cut, I think, and we have here the VHF PL connection for HF and 50, yes indeed, and we have an N connector for the other frequencies, the 2 and the 70. The power cable is fixed, but we can undo it there. Well, as I said, it had a few years and it can do with some cleaning. There is already a data output, like I think like we have also on the 450. Well, it looks in a quite reasonable state. And if you look a little bit further on the internet, you will find people that are very happy with it, and also a lot of people that are not happy with it. Especially the first series, people had problems with blowing the end stage, especially on UHF and VHF. And that had to do with that end stage was not that clean. I think a lot of flux was left behind. And well, this one is still working, and the owner never had problems. And the only thing he did was put the ventilators a little bit bigger. We can have a look at that, and also a modification that it keeps running also in VHF and UHF. Just half speed, you don't hear it, but just enough to keep everything cool. Oh, nice display. Oh, look at that. The display is super easy to read. I like that. Yeah, we have the dial. We can lock it. We have the mode switches. Here we can see what mode we are in. CW, AM, FM, LSB, CW. And it goes around. Then we have the bump down and up. Oh, it even is. Oh, we can't do anything here. Oh yeah. Oh, that's for UK probably. Maybe it's only receiving, because I think it receives from a few K all the way up to 970 megahertz. So pretty cool. 2 meters, 70 centimeters, and probably we can do airbond if we go lower. Yeah, we have airbond. Okay, pretty cool. And it just goes up, 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 up. Look at that. Also, it has all kinds of DSP options. So let's see. We have here dynamic noise reduction. You can even see in the corner there what happens. Dynamic noise filtering. And we have a digital band pass. All in this little box. Well, this is the latest model of the non-D, because I think the first production was in 1998, and this is a 99 version. So it is still not a D version, but it already had modification, because, well, if we know from Yaesu, like the 897 and the 894, it was in more than 10 years, and yeah, you had the D and the non-D, but there were so many revisions in between, and every time they changed a little bit, so it should have had already from A all up to A to M. But inside you can see the version of the boards. But these were only official 2 versions. This was the latest with already some of the modifications done. And after reading more and more about this radio, I also suddenly realized, but wait, this radio is before the 897 and the 857. How they changed from this nice big looking display to this. Here we have the 857 with the display. I am lucky, I don't have any lines in the display, but this one has a lot of them have problems with missing lines. And the same for the 897, the display is even smaller. And after that one, they probably realized their mistake. They came again with this big display here for the 891. So you probably understand my confusion, why I thought that this one actually came after the 897 and the 857. Well, let's switch on the Marconi. Let's see if it's still within specs. Well, if we look at the amp meter, the power it's using, it is now in receive mode. And it's already taking 1.4 amps. And that's not even with the speaker on. Yeah, now it's done. Well, it doesn't change too much. It doesn't change at all. So his the baseline is 1.4 amp. You will notice this when you run on batteries. Okay, switching on the Marconi. Let's see, let's first start with HF. I need N connector to PL. I just started it up, but I'm running external reference, so if it is not precise, it is probably only on the power, because the frequency should be spot on. Yeah, we need the PL, because first we try the HF. I will just try it on FM, but we can get a good idea of that it runs good or not. TX mode, we're going to FM mode button, CW, AM, FM. I don't know if it's already set on full power or not, but just have a look. Okay, I think we can see both. Let's just try. If we start transmitting, oh, it still does. Look at this. 114 watts, and it is taking like 17.5 amps. Let's try the receiving, RX stakes, level, RFGN. I like to have millivolts. So, yeah. Oh yeah. Sensitivity I think was spec'd on 0.5 on FM, but yeah, I'm not really doing a C-Note because I'm not feeding back the audio, but when we hear, yeah, 0.25 almost, I would say. Pretty good. Let's see on 40 megahertz what it does there. Band up, up, up. Oh, let's try here. A little bit higher. Mode. This is the first time I play with the radio, but it sort of does what you expect. I have seen worse menus. This is a problem of my Marconi, but sometimes a little bit late. Yeah, 112, still proper power, I would say. Sensitivity, yeah, no problems here. 6 meters, let's go. A little bit in the middle, let's try here. TX mode, yeah, it should still be this antenna. Yeah, my input of the Marconi is not, my auto switching attenuator is not taking it sometimes. Yes, well, it's almost doing 100 watt, and that is a fraction off on this frequency. Yeah. Okay. How is the reception here? Does that improve? Also, the reception is the same off as the transmitter is. Okay, maybe that is adjustable. Let's go to higher, up 2 meters. Let's pick something 100. It is in FM mode. Let's see. Oh, then I need to switch. So let's see on 2 meters. It is doing almost 50 watts. No problems here. And the frequency is even better here on this band. Okay, reception. Let's do that. Yeah, nothing wrong here. Band up. Let's try here. I think it should do 20 or 25 here. It does also. Here the frequency is a little off also, but not too much. Yeah, to 1K. Sensitivity is good. So let's try a little bit reception, and we can play a little bit with the filters. We have here. Let's try the dynamic noise reduction. It takes a while and then it comes. So the reception is good, no problems there, and the settings with the attenuator and the IPO, it reminds me a lot of the FT-450 that they had before. Somehow the controls seem a little bit more easy than the 897 and the 857, or it is just because you see a little bit more on the display, or I don't know what it is, or I already got used to it and it is exactly the same. Yeah, let's clean it up and have a look on the inside. Okay, this is probably why people usually ask, has it been in a smoking environment? At least I think this is what it then will look like. It is a little bit dusty, but also a little brownish. So we need to try to clean this up. And also here in the back. But I think a vacuum cleaner with a little brush can do the trick. Yeah, we need to clean that first. After a good clean, that looks a lot better. I don't think there are any traces left. You can see that I did take all the flux out of the end stage because it looks all very shiny. And I also took the chance to clean the ventilators, which are now also like new. And there is no traces of smoking left. Also these are now non-sticky and very clean. So yesterday I started cleaning the main unit, and it really came far. It was kind of dirty because I think dust and smoke, because it was all brownish, especially the dirt that was in the ventilators was really a lot, but now that is almost like new. You can see that it has bigger ventilators than the standard. I think they also are more effective, and there is space enough, so I think that is a great solution. It has been modified, so on UHF, VHF, they are also slowly running. I think with this modification, 50 or 70 ohms, you keep that running. And what I'm using is just HEPA alcohol and just Windex. It works great. And there was also permanent marker on the inside, and I use this. It is not available anymore in the Netherlands, at least not in my stores that I bought it before. But this is an amazing cleaner. It is a flux multi cleaner. Well, and I used a vacuum cleaner together with some compressed air to get it out. So let's have a closer look, and then we start cleaning the front and the microphone. Well, here we have the main unit. It's now back to as shiny as it was new, I think, almost. Here was also a little bit of a brownish glow that is completely gone. All the ventilators also are back to new again, no dust, nothing. So that is a lot better. Also the front. So that's good for now. So the next is the head and of course the microphone and the mounting bracket. If we look closer, there is really stuff everywhere that needs to be cleaned, and it's a pity because I think it's a nice looking radio, and there are some scratches in the display as well, and that I'm gonna unscratch, not with my brush cleaner but now with the proper final cleaner, I think it is. And well, the microphone, same story. Yesterday I didn't wear gloves. I'm going to do today because all the alcohol and all these other cleaning chemicals are not necessarily very good for the skin, and it's super dry now. And well, clearly this is still brownish. This is very specific microphone. This what is it, the 42? And second hand they are hard to find, so I will need to clean them. So after the cleaning it looks a lot better. I'm so happy with the result. And also all the little scratches that were in the display are now completely gone. It looks like a completely different radio. And when we look at both of them, I still can't believe that the FT-100 is actually older than the FT-857. And if we look at the design, it just seems that the FT-100 is so much newer. And I compare the reception and it is so close together. And at some stations were even better on the FT-100 than on the 857. Look at this, after the cleaning, the microphone is so much better also. I was able to clean everything. The display is amazing after this polish job. Yeah, if we look at it, is back like new, and the reception is actually amazing. Also the display is so clear, and all the functions are so easy to see what you're actually selecting. I would almost say it's a big improvement to the 857, but this model was actually before. So wow, after a good cleaning, the radio, well, I can't say it looks like new, but it is near new. It looks amazing, and even the reception is still very good. I'm even a bit impressed about that, especially when I compare it to my 857. It seems that this is fractional better. It's very little, but it is better. And also this one already has all the DSP functions. So a nice addition to my collection. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.